Bing boing bing. Everybody has a story to tell with Toddy One Skip. Hey guys, this is Everybody Has a Story to Tell with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Everybody does have a story to tell. Nobody takes the time to listen until now. How you doing, guys? Welcome to my world. Thank you for coming in. Take a chair, eat a pretzel. If it's legal, light a joint. Guys, the Whittakers. So on my other channel, Issues with Toddy One Skip, I have a whole playlist about the Whittakers. So it's not that I just jumped on. I just thought it would be more appropriate on this channel. Because they're characters, aren't they? We're all characters. But the Whittakers are certainly characters in who they are and everything. So I was questioning who this gentleman, Eric, was. And I got beat up by some people for questioning somebody. I said I wasn't sure if they were the two brothers that came to visit and showed up that time and tried to take advantage of the Whittakers. I felt like they did, and a lot of you felt like they did, and I don't even know where that page is anymore on YouTube because maybe they were called out. Another woman came by. She kind of seemed to do the same thing. I've never gone by the Whittaker's house. I only report on the content that I see. So when these guys came by and all of a sudden there's a Whittaker's family channel, a few people wrote to me and said, "Hey, Toddy, have you seen this?" So I don't know anything about Eric. I'm not really talking about Eric per se. I'm talking about the Whittakers and this family, and all I'm saying is that, hey, I hope that these people are good people. They seem to be good people. I don't know anything about them. I'm not doing research on them. That's not what I was doing. That's not what I was doing because I wasn't criticizing them. So why? I said there's this family and they seem to be doing good. And so anyway, a lot of you appreciated that. Some of you thought that I was criticizing them. I don't know where you got it. I don't know. But I wasn't. I don't know who they are, except they seem to be doing good. Now, at some point, they bring up Mark. Guys, real quick debrief here. Let's get you caught up real quick. Mark Leda from Soft White Underbelly. Mark Leda is a photographer who by chance came across this family because while he was in the Appalachian Mountains, he was told about this family and he was brought there. And that's how we got to know about them. So that's who he's referring to as Mark Leda. And about, 25 years ago, 20 years ago, something like that, that's when Mark was introduced to the family. And I think in a way, what Eric is saying, and it wouldn't be untrue, that the very simple things Mark didn't do. But again, Eric is there very deliberate where Mark wasn't there. He winged it, and I don't think he did a horrible job. I don't think that's what Eric's insinuating. I don't know. We got to give Betty credit, and you'll know that. And I don't think and I'm not sure if what they're trying to insinuate or anything, but here's what I do know. This fella, Eric, appears to be taking care of them in a very deliberate way, where that's not what Mark did. Mark kind of winged it. He just walked in and somebody said, well, there's this family that barks and they're so unique. And again, a photographer. And he took pictures, and did he do nice things for them? Absolutely. He made them famous on the internet so that we knew about them. Did they benefit from that? Yes. Not the way people thought that they should benefit from it, but I don't think Mark took any money from them. Did Mark make money off of them? Yes. And these guys will make money too. It is a living. They are doing something. There's nothing wrong with that. No. I don't think the Whittakers need to be a circus act. These people don't seem to be doing that. So I want to continue to cover the Whittakers. And let's be clear. You know this channel? Well, my other channel, you know, it gave away money last year. You could look it up in the posts. Under the posts, it was in March or April around tax time. We gave away a substantial amount of money in July. There was a donation, not this past July, the July 2024. We gave, not that we gave away, well over $1,000 for justice for Corey Michelow. So this channel is giving away over $5,000. My other channel, the first year it was monetized, gave away money, a percentage of money. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to give away, not give away, I hate to say it like that. Okay, so this channel is now monetized. After taxes, I will make sure that 10% of the money that we get from the Whittakers will go to the Whittakers. Okay? If this family, if Eric seems to be the person that is doing right and has set up everything the way he says it's going to be set up, and if he's on the up and up, absolutely, we'll give the money there. Otherwise, we'll give the money to the Whittakers, and I'll prove it. Even if I send them a check. You know what I'm saying? I will prove it. So we'll give 10%. I do want to follow the story of the Whittakers. My mom loves the Whittakers, and she likes when I cover the Whittakers. It's her favorite thing. So I'm glad to do that because also to me it's fascinating. And it's also fascinating to show them blossom the way. And I know that sounds silly and stupid, but Lorraine is actually being very vocal, and we're learning things. Now, mind you, Mark, this wasn't his only business. This seems to be Eric's focus here. He has rented like an Airbnb and is staying with the Whittakers, going there every day and doing reports about stuff, and has done things. It is like a job for Eric, which is fine. It wasn't for Mark. And Mark, he was winging stuff. Like, I'm not sticking up for Mark. I'm not sticking up for Eric. I'm saying this is the way that I see it. This is just the way that I see it. The Whittakers are very blessed to now have a second chance because BJ, the DRUGABUSER, she, who was also abusing them, was abusing her family too. They were afraid of her physically. So she was taken from the family physically. Remember, she called Mark and said that her own dad died. Remember? That was basically when Mark said, I had enough. He wasn't trying to be their psychiatrist, and that's fine. And again, we have to remember that Mark just suffered a loss not long ago with his partner that passed away. So I'm not bashing Mark's soft white underbelly at all. Again, because of Mark, we know about them. Now, Eric seems like he's going to bring them to the next level. Eric, air conditioning. You know what I'm saying? Like, that seems like a no-brainer. How come nobody did with the air conditioning? Maybe because the electric isn't good enough to do air conditioning. Maybe because it would start a fire, God forbid. I don't know. But we're going to catch up with the Whittakers and what they're doing through the Whittakers family channel. I'm not going to take the content per se. I'm going to take some of the content. We're going to talk about it. But please, if you have an interest in the Whittakers, check them out at the Whittakers family. There's 2 T's in Whittakers. And, and if you guys know about Eric, I'd love to do a little expose about him before the next video. I got a lot, guys, and, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be lazy. Eric isn't my focus. It's the Whittakers. No offense, Eric. Kudos to you, man. Kudos to you, because I think you are making a difference. Let me tell you something. We're going to learn a lot about the Whittakers because of Eric. A lot about them, because he has conversations with them, where Mark did too. But again, Mark was more of a visual guy, not, audible. And, it seems like there are stories that this family needs to tell, and I love that because that's what this channel is about. Everybody has a story to tell, right? So let's listen to some of this and we'll talk about it, okay? And I hope you guys will enjoy this series of The Whittakers. And you can check them out, please. The Whittakers Family Channel, 2T's. If you're not subscribed, please go over there and check them out. Consider subscribing to them. Because, you know, if Eric's the guy who Eric seems to be, and if he's really helping the Whittakers, that's a good thing. If I still have sound after I just messed with my mic, that's a better thing. All right, guys, let's listen up.
Yeah, a long, long time ago, you know.
I think 2004?
Yeah.
21 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you about this, because you said none of that really started until Mark came around. So what started happening after he done that?
Well, people come by hollering, Inbred, all that, and start drawing things to Betty Trailer, breaking their windows out of it.
They broke your windows?
Yeah.
They broke my windows.
Now, did y'all ever tell Mark about people doing this to you?
No, Mark never did ask.
He never did ask.
Now, in all fairness, why would somebody just ask that? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know.
Obviously, not to bring up bad memories, there was a GoFundMe that was out there. Things happened to the money. You know, I want people to know watching this. I want to see the two of you get a house.
So, exactly. It seems to me like this guy is going to do things. And this is only his first video. And he does do a little bit, he does an interview with them about who's the oldest, how did Ray feel when Freddie passed, because Freddie and him were the closest. And that's stuff that, you know, you guys should really check out. But we're going to do videos on it as well. So, guys, this is Everybody Has a Story to Tell with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Everybody does have a story to tell. Don't let theirs be yours. Be your own story, guys. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you. Please like, subscribe, and share. I appreciate you. Thank you. Bing, boing, bing. Everybody has a story to tell with Toddy One Skip.
I want your whole family to have that house.